Welcome back to the channel, football fans. Huge transfer and Champions League updates are shaking Europe. Ibrahima Konaté is entering the final year of his Liverpool contract, with PSG, Real Madrid and Barcelona all keeping a close eye on his future. Meanwhile, Barcelona are targeting Manchester United's Kobbie Mainoo after failing to land Marcus Rashford, and tension is growing as the young midfielder pushes for more minutes ahead of the World Cup. On top of that, all eyes are on the Champions League showdown between PSG and Barcelona, but both sides are battling massive injury concerns that could decide the game. Stay tuned, we've got all the details you need right here. Ibrahima Konaté is heading into the final year of his Liverpool contract, and with no extension in place, his future at Anfield remains uncertain. Reports suggest that PSG and Real Madrid are keeping a close eye on the situation, ready to make a move if contract talks stall ahead of the January transfer window. According to Foot Mercato, Ibrahima Konaté has been offered to several of Europe's biggest clubs, with PSG, Real Madrid and Barcelona all monitoring his situation closely. Despite that, Liverpool have opted to keep hold of the defender for now, though the timing leaves the club under pressure as uncertainty surrounds a crucial player during a demanding season. At the same time, Caught Offside reports that Liverpool are already planning for the possibility of life without Konaté. The Reds are said to be keeping a close watch on Ronald Araujo's situation at Barcelona. The Uruguayan centre-back is also attracting interest from Chelsea and Tottenham, with his future at Camp Nou far from guaranteed. One to keep an eye on is Ronald Araujo to Liverpool, a source told Caught Offside. He's considering his options and Barca would probably sell for 50 to 60 million euros. The France international still appears far from agreeing on a contract extension and will be free to hold talks with overseas clubs starting January 1st. Of course, situations can shift rapidly, but given the lack of positive updates, it seems unlikely we'll hear good news about Konaté soon. FC Barcelona want to sign another Manchester United player on loan after Marcus Rashford. Barcelona want to sign Kobbie Mainoo from Manchester United. Kobbie Mainoo is at a difficult point in his Manchester United career in late September 2025, with questions surrounding his immediate future. After shining in the 2023-24 season and scoring in the FA Cup final, his role under Ruben Amorim has reduced sharply. He has played only 76 minutes in the Premier League so far and started once in the Carabao Cup defeat to Grimsby Town. That stands in clear contrast to last season when he was a regular starter. Mainoo told the club that he wants a loan move to play regularly as the World Cup approaches, but the board blocked a summer switch. Earlier reports claimed that Manchester City were eyeing Mainoo, showing that his talent has already attracted attention from rivals. Barcelona's interest and the transfer debate. Fishages reported that Barcelona see Mainoo as a strong candidate to replace the injured Gavi, whose absence has affected both club and country. The Spanish side planned to ask United for a loan with a purchase option, as they cannot risk a long season with a thin midfield. Hansi Flick wants a quick solution, and Mainoo has moved near the top of their list. Reports in England highlight his ability to read the game and stay calm under pressure. Those qualities make him an option for Barcelona as they seek to fill Gavi's void. At the same time, earlier reports revealed that Manchester United are ready to block Kobbie Mainoo's move to Newcastle United in January 2026, which shows how divided the club's stance on him remains. What should United do? Manchester United are at a decisive point with Mainoo. The 20-year-old wants regular football, and he deserves the chance, especially as he targets the World Cup. A short-term loan could be the best compromise, as it would give him the minutes he needs while keeping his long-term future tied to Old Trafford. That move would also allow Ruben Amorim to work with less pressure and develop Mainoo's defensive game steadily. If United continue to block exits without offering him real chances, the situation will turn bad for everyone. Continued frustration could push the English midfielder to request a permanent move, and losing a homegrown player of his quality would hurt United. The club must act soon or risk weakening the squad and harming Mainoo's international prospects. United have already lost young midfielders in the past, and it would be tough to accept another permanent exit. If Amorim does not use him regularly, then the best path is a loan deal that supports his growth, and no club may be better placed than Barcelona. PSG will meet Barcelona on October 1st in the UEFA Champions League phase, with both sides carrying strong early season form into the clash. The capital club opened its campaign in dominant fashion, cruising past Atlanta 4-0 with 2 goals in each half, even without Desire Doué and Ousmane Dembélé. Barcelona responded with a hard-fought 2-1 win at Newcastle United, powered by a Marcus Rashford brace. With both teams considered serious contenders for the trophy, This showdown could set the tone for their Champions League campaign. PSG Barcelona continue to lose players before UCL game. Paris Saint-Germain have been hit with another setback as captain Marquinhos is sidelined with a quadriceps issue that will keep him out for several weeks. Manager Luis Enrique confirmed the news, explaining that the defender felt discomfort late in the clash with Marseille. "It's nothing serious, but we have to be careful. He's our captain and we don't want to take unnecessary risks," Enrique said. Barcelona are also facing injury troubles. According to Fabrizio Romano, goalkeeper Joan García will miss 4 to 6 weeks after undergoing arthroscopy, ruling him out of the highly anticipated match against PSG. To make matters worse, winger Raphinha picked up a fresh injury on Thursday and is expected to be sidelined for about 3 weeks. Despite the setbacks, PSG are managing their squad carefully. As reported by Le Parisien, both Bradley Barcola and João Neves will make the trip to Barcelona and could feature in their upcoming game against Auxerre. The report also highlights positive news for Dewey, who is making strong progress in his recovery. He has resumed running on a specialized machine, raising hopes that he might at least be available on the bench at Montjuic next week. A leading member of the midfield ranks at La Liga giants Barcelona is not considered as boasting the confidence of manager Hansi Flick when it matters most. That's according to Diario Sport, who highlight Marc Casado as the player in question. Youngster Casado was for his part in from the off once more on Thursday night, as Barcelona made the trip to the Estadio Carlos Tartiere for a meeting with Real Oviedo. With just 45 minutes on the clock, however, the 21-year-old was hooked from proceedings, replaced in the Blaugrana's engine room by Frenkie de Jong. From here, Barcelona recovered from a goal down, to ultimately triumph by 3-1. This marks the second time this season that Casado has been taken off at the midway point of one of Barça's fixtures. And as per the aforementioned Sport, as much should be considered a clear sign on the part of Hansi Flick. It makes clear that the midfielder does not have the confidence of the coach at critical moments. Paris Saint-Germain boss Luis Enrique has warned his players they must improve in possession ahead of next week's eagerly anticipated Champions League clash with Barcelona. The Ligue 1 champions suffered defeat to Marseille last time out in the French top flight, and the coach has demanded an improvement from his players. The players don't want you to make simple mistakes, but you have to accept it. They're human and it's part of the game. But if you miss the same number of easy passes against OM or Barça, you're lost. As a coach, I shouldn't get angry or accept that players make mistakes. But we'll improve on that tomorrow and against Barça, he told the club's media. PSG are set to be without several key players against Barcelona. Marquinhos has become the latest player to be ruled out and joins Desire Doué and Ousmane Dembélé on the injury list. Yet Luis Enrique is not making any excuses ahead of the trip to Montjuic. That's football, competition, normality, the highest level. I'm not worried. Bodies are no more fragile than last season. We try to anticipate, but I'm not a fortune teller, he added. Marquinhos in the last play of the game against Marseille felt a little pain. Nothing serious, but we have to be alert and not take risks. In a game of this intensity, it's normal. It's a shame because he's our captain, but we have to be prepared, and we are. Barcelona also have injury problems currently, as key stars Raphinha, Gavi and Joan García are all set to miss out due to injury. So, Madridistas, Culés and football lovers, what do you think? Should Liverpool cash in on Konaté before losing him for free? Would Mainoo be the perfect short-term solution for Barcelona's midfield crisis? And who has the edge in the PSG versus Barcelona clash despite all the injuries? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest football updates.